So we're going to do a kind of simple process right now of just connecting to the space around us. So I invite you to start by just sort of glancing around you, just kind of looking at what's here. Just letting your eyes move around whatever space you're in, and just noticing what's there in the space with you. And having done that for a few moments, I'm now going to ask you to notice what parts of the space did you look at and which parts didn't you? Most of us are going to tend to look straight ahead and a little bit to the left and the right. And then we might look up, we might look down, we might look further to either side. A lot of us don't look behind us. A lot of us don't look like way up there or clear down to the floor. And some of us are going to have like a blank spot in one place or another, because when we have traumatic experiences, there might have been something that happened that I just don't want to look at. And my body has this habit of just not looking in this one particular direction. I just won't look there. So I invite you now again to try looking around, and let's just do it sort of systematically. So I kind of start maybe front and center, and let's just kind of all look to our left in a straight line, level with our eyes. Just keep going, clear, 90 degrees to the left, and then keep going further, turning around and actually looking behind me on my left side. Right? And now that I'm back here looking behind me, let's look, take our gaze up. So behind me, I'm going to look clear up to the sky or the ceiling, and then maybe at about 135 degrees over here, I'm going to kind of scan back from behind me all the way around back to in front of me. And then let's try the same thing to the right. So looking at eye level, looking to the right, and just keep going the whole way around, past beside you, and the whole way around until you're looking actually behind you. And then once you're behind, just taking your gaze clear up to the sky or the ceiling, and then at about a 135 degree angle, just scanning back from behind us to back the whole way around to right in front of us. And now I invite you to look sort of down, maybe straight down. Just look right down under, down at your feet, down at whatever's underneath you. And just kind of look around, straight down to your right, and like what's right behind you down on the floor or the ground. And then around to the left, and what's down there, right? Right down on the ground. And then maybe look straight up, like what's up there above me, and just kind of scanning around behind and in front. What's way up there in the sky? I mean, in my case, it's a lot of blank ceiling, but look at that. There's a nail right there. Just kind of looking around. And now just take some moments to scan sort of all the in-between. Just maybe kind of up and down, all around to my left, up and down. All the spots. And I'm just going to swing around to the right and go up and down to come back. Yeah. So, hello, space. So now just pause and notice. Just kind of notice what's happening in your body after sort of actively looking everywhere. And now we're going to use our hands. So I invite you to feel the space in front of you. And feel the space above you with your hands, and to the left, and behind, and then to the right. And then underneath, all around, behind, and in front, underneath, with your hands. And just pause again here. And now I invite you to either close your eyes or really, really soften them. And I invite you to use your mind's eye, your thoughts, your mental image of this space. So just closing or softening your eyes and just sense what's around you. And for me, there's a closet over here. There's a screen behind me that has this lovely cloth on it. There's several inches between me and the screen. I can sense where the door is. I sense where the window is, like that. Just kind of feeling and noticing, being aware of what the space around you is configured like. What does the space around you feel like? And just take a few more moments just to let your awareness rest, awareness of space, that rest, and just be present in your body, in your energy, in your experience. Just taking some moments to notice what's happening in you right now. Just notice my shoulders drop. Thank you so much for joining me in this little brief exploration of three-dimensional space. Thank you. Okay, I'm calling this one Feel What's Good and Make It Bigger. So, I invite you first to just notice your breath and pay attention to your body. And in your body, what do you notice that feels good? Maybe right now I'm feeling sort of the breeze from the air conditioning. That moving air feels good on my skin. And my shoulders are a little bit soft. They're not up on my ears. They're down here. That feels good. Look around in your body and find some way that some part of your body feels good. And just say it out loud. Here's what feels good. And now I invite you to say that again, but we're going to make it bigger. So I invite you to say, it's so good that my shoulders are relaxed. Whatever it is for you. It's so good that. It's so good that. Whatever it is, that feels good. And then we're going to take it up one more level. And I'm going to invite you to use a superlative word. Terrific, amazing, fabulous, awesome. It's awesome that my shoulders are relaxed, because they didn't used to be like that. They used to be up by my ears all the time. This is awesome. So with your thing, whatever the thing is, I invite you to pick a superlative and put that in front of your statement about what's good in your body. And then say more about it if you wish. Yes. Yes. And now let's try this again. And this time I want you to pick something about your life. Something about your life that's good. Now there may be a million good things in your life, or there may be a whole lot of really, really difficult, awful stuff in your life. But I'm asking you to look around for one good thing that you can identify. One thing that's good in your life or about your life. And so I saw my daughter this week. She lives out of state, so that's a big deal. So it's good that I was able to spend time with my daughter. And so identify your thing and sort of state it. Here's the thing that's good. And then we're going to go to the next level and like declare, it is so good. It is so great that I was able to spend quality time with my daughter. So whatever it is for you. And then now pick a superlative. It is fantastic that I was able to spend quality time with my daughter. Because like most relationships, ours has had its ups and downs. And it was just awesome to be with her. So make your statement with a superlative. And you are welcome, if you wish, to pause here or to pause in a few moments at the end of this practice and do this several more times. Here's this little speech that I give over and over again. Those of us with significant early trauma, we learned to focus on survival. We learned to focus on what's not good, what needs to be done, what's next. As soon as something good happens, like, okay, that's great now. What's next? And so we actually need to train ourselves to make more space for what's good and to make what's good feel bigger in us, because we've learned to make it small. So I invite you to take more time with this right now, or just to do it maybe once a day. Take this on as a practice. Here's something good in my life. It is so good. It is super duper awesome, excellent. This thing, whatever the thing is. So now just take some moments before we close here and just be present with yourself. Just notice how the energy is. I've got sort of some excitement going on right here in my chest. It's like, whoa, whoa. Just notice what's happening for you. And just make space for that and just be with it. And as always, thank you so much for doing these practices with me. We're going to do a practice of allowing our whole body to breathe. We're noticing the body breathing. So when I think about breathing, I think about like where my lungs are, right? My whole chest area down to my abdomen, up to my throat. But when we breathe, there's a way in which the whole body expands with the breath. The oxygen comes in, the oxygen spreads throughout the body, and it's like all the tissues in our body sort of softly expand with the in-breath and softly contract with the out-breath. So we're just going to play with that for just a bit here. So I invite you to sense some place on your body that would like your hand to touch it. I'm going to put my hand right here on this shoulder. And my other hand's already on my knee. So I'm going to pay attention to both hands. You can do one hand or both. But place a hand on your body. Feel the tissue, feel the skin under your body. You can even sort of go underneath your clothes and actually touch the skin directly if that's accessible and convenient. Or not, that's fine. So feel that tissue, feel that part of your body. And I'm just going to take a few breaths, and the invitation is that when you breathe in, notice or sense or even imagine this part of your body gently expanding as your breath comes in and gently contracting as your breath goes out. So go ahead. You can breathe with me. You can breathe at your own pace. And if you're not sure whether you can feel that or not, that's okay too. Because just placing our attention here and attempting to feel or imagine is going to help to soften our bodies. It's going to help the parts of our body better communicate and be more alive. So it's totally okay if you're not feeling anything, and if you're totally feeling the part of your body in sync with your breath, that's awesome too. Now just another few breaths at this place. And now I invite you to ask this part of your body with your hand and with your awareness, ask whether this part of your body has any information for you, has a request or something to tell you. And just pause, and the information might come clearly, there just might be a sense, you might not notice anything. Just pause and just see what your experience is. I'm noticing my shoulder just wanting to actually drop even further, saying it wants to hold less than it's been holding. And then go ahead and just return to a neutral position. And we're only going to do this one spot. Actually, let's do just the whole body for just 1 or 2 breaths. So I invite you just the best you can, and it's however you do it, this is fine. There's no wrong ways. Best you can, sort of feel your arms and your legs and your shoulders and your belly and your back. Notice your whole body sort of gently expanding with the in-breath and gently contracting with the out-breath. And we'll just do 3 breaths here. And now I invite you to simply take some moments and just experience your body. Notice what you notice. What do you feel? What do you sense? How are you? And as always, thank you for doing this practice with me.